Hi everyone, it's Jeremy and Evie. Evie's here too. We're going to just give you a brief update about the Wyoming trip in case you missed the parent meeting. Um, the trip is going to be June 23rd to the 28th this summer, and it is for current 8th graders all the way up to 12th grade, also including their parents and youth leaders. Now, it's called Wayumi. It's a word from the Yanomamo people. The Yanomamo people are a tribal people that's located in the Amazon. Yes, the Amazon jungle, Evie. Um, and this is run by an organization called Ethnos 360. It used to be called New Tribes Mission. They're retired missionaries that are now training and equipping people for missions. So that's really the purpose of this trip. Is the first purpose is we really want to expose our kids, parents, and youth leaders to what missions is all about, how to reach other people for the gospel. The second purpose is this is a required trip for following summer's mission trip. If you want to be a part of the youth group's mission trip in 2025, then you need to be a part of this team because this trip is more about building a team so that we can do ministry, fruitful ministry, for the following year. Okay. I want to just give you a couple pictures of what the campus looks like. It's located up in Jersey Shore, Pennsylvania. It's not close to Jersey. It's not close to the shore. It's up by Williamsport, Pennsylvania, about 3.5 hours north of here, of Yardley area. So if you see the middle picture, that's the dining hall there, and that's where we'll be having all of our meals. It's very close to Ricketts Glen. It's about 40 minutes there, so we'll spend a day there as well. On our day off, we'll go there for a hike. Yes, Evie?
Um,
Do you have a question? No
I
question?
thought I
Oh,
thought I could talk.
you can. What's your question?
I don't know.
Okay. So if you see this field here on the left, this is where we come in down this road, and then we park our vehicles here, and we spend from Sunday to Friday. So it's Sunday, June 23rd. We'll probably leave after first service, grab lunch, get up there by 4 o'clock, have dinner there, and spend our first night there, and then we'll return Friday evening. Okay? So here's a couple other things. They do have 9 Square Gaga, and they do have a little creek where we can go swimming, so you can pack a bathing suit. But mostly we'll be spending the entire week on this campus. The campus is very large. We're going to be doing a lot of team building activities, um, and kind of simulations of what it might be like to go to an unreached people group and how to share the gospel with people that we don't know their language or culture. As you see on the sign on the tree, Jungle Camp, that's where we will be sleeping. You'll see what that looks like in a few slides. So also, this is a picture of the creek here. This is where we'll be swimming for part of the days when we have free time. You're welcome to go there as well. Here's what our training sessions would look like. We'll come into more of a classroom type setting. The training sessions are led by retired missionaries. They're going to tell life stories. And basically how the whole week is structured is the morning we wake up, we have breakfast in the dining hall, and then we have quiet time. We have a devotional book that we'll go through, and we'll have alone time and quiet time to study from God's Word and complete the devotional. And then we have a morning session. During the morning sessions, the missionaries will be teaching us on the story of the Bible, how all the different stories really are a part of a big story. So they'll be teaching us from Genesis through Revelation so that we can have a better understanding of the whole complete story of the Bible. That's the morning. Then we'll have a break for lunch. And then in the afternoon, we do some activities, some simulations and application. And then we also have lessons on culture. So it would be more so similar to what would we do if we encounter people who are from a different culture, a different language? How do we learn about how to be culturally sensitive and share the gospel with others that might be different than us or have different beliefs than us? And then in the evening, we have more of a fireside time up by Jungle Camp. We get ready for bed and we go through the book of Jonah. And it's just much more applicable to us as how we're thinking about sharing our faith for our friends. Like I said, we will have time of simulation. There will be one part of the week where we actually get to meet someone from the Yanomamo tribe and interact with them. And we hear life stories of the missionaries time when they were there for 18 plus years, trying to build a church and share the gospel to tribal people, unreached people groups. Most of what they're going to be talking to us about is how do we reach unreached people groups. That means people groups that are less than 2% Christian or they don't have access to the gospel. And then the picture on the right here is a picture of Ricketts Glen. We'll have a day to go up there and hike through and see some waterfalls.
Which one's Ricketts Glen?
The picture on the right, see that waterfall?
But what's that one?
That's one of the retired missionaries. He's got a big spear because he was talking about the tribal people there.
But what's that one?
And that is when we go and visit them in the tribe.
Like
And
camping?
we get to talk to them. Kind of like camping, yep. We get to spend the day with them, and we talk to them, and we try to learn some.
Talk to who?
The Yanomamo people, the tribal people. See her in that picture? So she'll come and visit us, and we will try to talk to her in her own language and get to meet her.
So we're gonna go to Wayumi?
Yeah, we're going to be going to Wayumi.
Me, you, and Addie?
Yep, we're all going. So I hope you can join us too.
But that creek looks huge. Creeks are a little small.
Yeah. And then here's at the fireside. Now this is jungle camp. So you see the cabins in the background. This is where we will be sleeping. We'll be sleeping in jungle camp. It's up a little bit of a hill, and then during the evenings we have the fire going. And then we hear more stories and play some games together. And then we have jungle camp. Now up in jungle camp there is electricity, but there's no plumbing. So the bathrooms are an outhouse, and then the showers. There's a shower house where you'll pull from a rope, and it's all well water. So it's pretty cold, but very refreshing. And so there are some things that will be stretched in, and we won't have a lot of the conveniences that we're used to from being here in Bucks County. But that's all part of the trip and the experience. So here's a picture of inside those cabins. This is the jungle camp cabin, and this is what it looks like. It's just filled with hammocks. That's it. So all of our bags with all of our clothes will be in here too. And then there's a separate room for the bathrooms and a separate room for the showers. But this is it. We'll learn how to sleep in hammocks. We'll bring our sleeping bags because it gets pretty cold at night. And they'll teach you how to sleep in a hammock that's comfortable. And that's really it. Isn't that pretty cool?
Yeah, but what's plumbing?
Plumbing is so when you use water, running water, it has a place for it to go through all the pipes. But they don't have that. So it just stays out in nature. Okay, so here's some of the details for when you're thinking about registering. Like I said, it's for current 8th grade to 12th grade students. Parents and youth leaders are all encouraged to come. The total cost for the trip is $325. All we are looking for right now is $25 for you to register. The $300 is due on May 1st. So please don't let the price keep you from being a part of this trip. If you're thinking about, man, me and my 2 siblings, it might be close to $1,000 for the 3 of us to go. We don't have that kind of money. I want you to consider thinking about putting your own money into this trip. And I know for a fact that there will be others from our church that will donate towards the trip. We will not be raising support through letters. We will not be trying to raise support, but I know that there will be some that will be generous and they will want to donate towards the trip. But this is also a place that we can trust God and try to sacrifice for what we have to come on this trip. So maybe you have your own job or you're going to try to pick up some odds and ends and make money for yourself so that you can pay for the trip. But please don't let that be the main reason why you don't come. It's only $25. That's right, Evie. It's only $25 right now to come on the trip. Okay? That's the deposit. Don't worry about the other $300. Okay? And that is due May 1st. Okay, so that's quite a ways away. Now, the trip again is June 23rd to the 28th. Registration for this trip ends November 30th, though, because we really want to have our team finalized by the end of this year. We also will have team meetings, Evie. Once a month, starting in January, we're going to have team meetings before youth group. So as you look at those dates, if you know that you can't make any of those dates, then don't come. If you know that you might miss one, it's okay. You may have plans ahead of time for the summer or the spring or whatever, but we're going to try to make that a priority. It's a commitment to be a part of this team. Again, it's not about just the trip. It's about building a team so that we can understand missions, so that we can get ready for the 2025, and so that we understand how we can apply this to our lives every day. It's not just about a destination or a trip, but equipping us, mobilizing us for doing missions. Okay, if you have other questions, you can email me or text me or call me, and I'll try to
Okay.
help you understand more about the trip. But this is pretty much all that I have to say about it. So I hope you can come. Parents, really consider this for yourselves as well. I know it might be tricky as you're thinking about for your students to have their own freedom, but please consider it for yourself as well.
Mm.
Thank you.